This is the Nintendo Switch 2. If you've watched my review, the TLDR is, it's good, not great, and I think it'll be better when the software catches up to the hardware and there's more to play on it. So what's the average gamer to do who wants that balance between great hardware and a huge software library? Maybe it's time to go full steam ahead with another brand who has opened a massive valve of content through an amazing catalog of titles that you could spend a half-life playing. Okay, that's enough Valve pun. So, this is the Steam Deck OLED, and let me spoil the whole review for you. This thing is great. So the Steam Deck OLED first launched 2 years ago in fall of 2023, November to be specific, and was the technical follow-up to the non-OLED Steam Deck that had come out in 2022. So you'll never guess the big headline improvement that Valve made for the OLED version. Go ahead, guess, I'll wait. Yep, they added an OLED screen. So this boasts a 7.4-inch 90Hz HDR OLED screen versus the 7-inch 60Hz LCD version found on the original Steam Deck. We also got a bump from Wi-Fi 5 to Wi-Fi 6E and a base storage bump from 256 gigabytes up to 512. And with game file sizes drastically on the rise, you can never have too much storage, so good job. Valve has also extended the battery life to 10 hours of screen on, up from 7 in the first gen model. Much like the Switch, you can even connect it to your TV if you want to play on the big screen, though a dock for the device is sold separately. So, what's not to like about this thing? Well, okay, on the negative front, another increase, unfortunately, was the price. So the original Steam Deck came in at $399 here in the US, while the Steam Deck OLED bumped the price up to $549, which admittedly is a tough pill to swallow, I'll grant you, even though you can often find the refurbished Steam Deck OLED available from Valve directly for $440. Now, it would only be fair, since I gave the Switch 2 a grade based on hardware and software, to do the same here. So on the hardware front, I honestly think the Steam Deck OLED is an absolute A+ for the sum total of its parts, so great job, Valve. But wait, I hear you say, what makes this more expensive console better than the Switch 2? Well, the short and simple answer, cheaper game prices. And that leads us to software. So, many of you probably already know this, but Valve's main claim to fame hasn't been a handheld gaming console. No, Valve made a game launcher, a storefront service called Steam, where you buy and access, ready for this, over 100,000 games. Yeah, you heard that right, 100,000 games. Now, sure, many of the games are kind of shovelware at best, but there are plenty of top-notch AAA titles and brand new releases available too. And here's the best part, the price of those games. So, unlike Nintendo, these games through Steam regularly go on sale for some incredibly steep discounts. So, gone are the days of paying 60+ US freedom dollars for an 8-year-old game. Looking at you, Breath of the Wild. That all essentially means one important thing, cost savings over the lifespan of the device. So, listen, I hate math, I am not a math guy, but let's break down some easily digestible numbers so you can see how this plays out in real time. So, let's say you buy the Nintendo Switch 2 with Mario Kart bundled right in. So that'll set you back $500. And for easier math, because again, not a math guy, I'm not gonna include tax in these numbers. So, you now have the system and you have one game, but that won't be enough to play. So let's say you purchase an additional 3 new games for your system. At an average price of $40 to $60, you're at least talking about an extra $120 to $180, again, before tax, which puts your grand total at $620 to $680. Now, how about the Steam Deck OLED? Well, you buy the Steam Deck for $550 and you pick up, let's just say, 4 titles that are on sale. Maybe like the absolute great Clair Obscur Expedition 33 or maybe Hades 2. And your average comes out to around $122 for those 4 games. So that puts you at around $670. Essentially, you've immediately gained back your dollar for dollar differential, and it only took like 4 games. Assuming you keep the console for another couple of years, which you probably will, or at least you should, then your long-term cost savings in the form of discounted software grows with you. So, with all that being said, I think on the software front, when you consider all the various factors from availability to sheer number of excellent titles, and lastly, factoring in cost, the Steam Deck gets a true A+. So to summarize, the Steam Deck OLED is an awesome handheld gaming console with seriously impressive technical specs that is matched by Valve's incredible software platform through the Steam Store for absolutely endless amounts of games that you can play, both old and new on this thing. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Steam Deck? Do you own one already? Do you plan to own one? Maybe a holiday purchase this year for a loved one, or maybe yourself because you've been extra good? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, thank you as always for watching this, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Go do some good in the world, and I will catch you in the next one.